Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Enchant Films. Here are 10 actors who played both superheroes and supervillains. Number 10, Tom Hardy, Venom and Bane. Even though the film itself was divisive and a little over the place, fans had to agree that Tom Hardy did a great job portraying the titular Venom in the 2018 film. Hardy will reprise the role in the sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, which has been pushed to June 2021 due to the pandemic. Hardy was no stranger to superhero movies, as only 6 years previously had portrayed Batman's nemesis Bane in the third installment of Nolan's Batman trilogy, delivering another satisfying performance as the villain. Number 9, Josh Brolin, Cable and Thanos. Josh Brolin had played comic book heroes even before the 2018's Deadpool 2. He was cast as Jonah Hex in the 2010 film of the same name and played as young Agent K in 2012's Men in Black 3. After he was announced as Cable, fans couldn't be more excited to see what Brolin would bring to the character. Having also achieved critical acclaim for playing Thanos, the big bad of the MCU, the Deadpool sequel even makes a funny reference to this, as Deadpool jokingly calls Cable Thanos a few times. Number 8, Will Smith, Hancock and Deadshot. Will Smith is one of the biggest and most charismatic names in Hollywood, and in 2008, he played the titular character in Hancock. Smith received positive reviews for his performance as an invulnerable, immortal, but deeply flawed superhero. He also portrayed Deadshot in DCEU Suicide Squad, and while the film itself was poorly received, Smith was praised for his portrayal of Floyd Lawton. Due to scheduling conflicts, Will Smith will not be appearing in the Suicide Squad, the sequel or soft reboot, although fans can't wait to see his character on the big screen again.
I've known you like 9 months. Remember when I brought you that cookie? That was a real cookie.
Number 7, Kurt Russell, the Commander and Ego of the Living Planet. Although the Commander wasn't based on an existing character, he is a superhero in his own right. Complete with a flying cape and a signature pose, Kurt Russell played a character in a 2005 comedy Sky High, as a powerful superhero based on Superman. Kurt Russell also played the villainous Ego the Living Planet, an evil celestial being in MCU's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Ego was Star-Lord's father and wanted to use his celestial powers to cleanse every planet of life in order to be the only living form in the entire universe.
Fuck! You killed my mother! I tried so hard!
Number 6, Idris Elba, Heimdall, and Bloodsport. When Idris Elba signed on to the Suicide Squad, he was originally going to play Deadshot, since the studio wanted to recast Will Smith. However, they ultimately decided not to, so Smith could one day return to the role. Hence, Elba got the role of Bloodsport, an armed mercenary. Idris Elba also played the Asgardian Heimdall in the MCU, a role he very publicly hated, and only continued with because he was contractually obligated. He was killed off in Avengers Infinity War and will not be returning to the role again.
Station of war.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy.
Number 5, Shawn Ashmore, Iceman and Lamplighter. Shawn Ashmore received fame for playing Bobby Drake, the Iceman in the X-Men franchise. He was last seen as the Ice Mutant in the sequel or soft reboot, X-Men Days of the Future Past. And now that the rights of the character belong to Marvel Studios, his days playing the Iceman are likely over. Ashmore also plays the exact opposite of Iceman in Amazon Prime's The Boys, as a superhero turned villain, the Lamplighter. Ashmore describes the role as a middle finger to the established superhero franchise. The Boys is nothing if not subversive of the popular superhero tropes.
I remember you.
Number 4, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool and Juggernaut. Including the role of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds was actually played 3 superheroes, including Hannibal King in Blade Trinity and Green Lantern in the 2011 movie of the same name. And although Reynolds got his redemption after playing the Merc with a mouth in 2 hugely successful movies, he is quick to make fun of himself for playing evil Deadpool in X-Men Origins and Green Lantern. Although the Juggernaut is credited as himself in Deadpool 2, it was actually Ryan Reynolds who provided the voice and motion capture for the supervillain. Even the cast wasn't aware that Reynolds was playing the Juggernaut, and it made for a fun cameo. Number 3, Karl Urban, Judge Dredd and Scourge the Executioner. Years before he was calling superheroes colorful profanities and melting security guards with laser-eyed super babies as Billy Butcher in The Boys, Karl Urban was beating up criminals as Judge Dredd in 2012's Dredd. He was praised for his portrayal as the titular Dredd, with the movie receiving largely positive reviews. He also played the Asgardian Scourge the Executioner in Taika Waititi's Thor Ragnarok. Although the Executioner is a supervillain in the comics, the character starts off as a goofy gatekeeper or Hela's minion, but slowly evolves into a hero who sacrifices his life to save the Asgardians.
This is Mama. Somewhere in this block are 2 judges.
That's not good.
Number 2, Michael B. Jordan, the Human Torch, and Eric Killmonger. When Michael B. Jordan was announced as Johnny Storm or the Human Torch in the 2015 version of Fantastic Four, many fans were angered by the casting choice since the character was an African American in the comics. However, Jordan did his best to bring justice to the role, even though the movie itself was terrible. Years later, Michael B. Jordan got his redemption. He portrayed Eric Killmonger in Black Panther, giving a truly iconic performance as a supervillain, impressing a whole generation of audiences. Despite the popular requests and rumors, the character would not be returning in the sequel, having been killed off.
Thank you, sir.
Don't forget, we're here to get our lives back.
Number 1, Michael Keaton, Batman and the Vulture. Michael Keaton received critical acclaim and widespread fame for playing Batman in the 1989 Tim Burton movie, a role which not only inspired future Batman media and reinvented the character, but also paved the way for modern superhero movies which were largely goofy and campy before Burton's iteration. Decades later, he signed on Marvel's Spider-Man Homecoming as Spidey's foe, the Vulture. Keaton will be returning as the Vulture in Sony's Morbius, as seen in the trailer, although it is unknown in what capacity. It seems Morbius may be set in the MCU. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.